Let me see, are we even good now? I don't find a problem, to be very honest. I don't find a problem, to be very honest. Oh, I'm sorry, it's recording me. I am extremely sorry for whatever happened. You guys have waited so much for this, and look at this. I am extremely sorry for that link. I gotta post it again. Zeke. Delete story. Let's just redo this, okay? Here, this looks pretty good. These guys made a huge. Oops. Okay, here is the link. A lot of you guys joined previously, but there was a problem. I never knew. I mean, what really happened with my mic, but there was nothing wrong. The volume of the mic was very low, so that was the thing. All right, join live. Okay, yeah, now it's all good. So previously, what we were talking about was very simple. I mean, I had this that I was talking about then AIRepellent.com. So why was I actually talking about this? Why do I actually have this over here? It's very simple. I mean, these types of names might not make sense today, but I will be making a short video for this so that I mean we can learn, we can enjoy something, But these types of names might not make sense today, but you see, when the AI started, a lot of people are losing their jobs. So there will be a time when people will go crazy, and these types of names can gain traction at that time. So I will be talking about this. I will try to add all those small little things over here so that it makes sense. But this these types of names are actually totally, it just flips the entire script of AI. But these types of names I believe can make sense to companies, cyber security. So many things can happen with this, but this is very, what do you call that, a very different emotional angle. But this is the reason why I have this domain name over here, because I will be making a video. You will see certain more domain names over here, but ignore that. So we are again at the expired domains. Okay, we usually talk about AI domains and whatever we can find. Yeah, so let me get a little closer. Let's hit our filters that we love the most. I'm not going to select the words, I mean word counts. Let's just see what we can get when it comes to the most registered domains. Hey, hey. Carinsurance.llc. Now, these types of names are pretty crazy. But the domain extensions play a big role, okay? I believe the .llc costs a little more. It's clear now. Yes, I know it's clear. let's just go to the .coms first, and let's see. The recent domain names aren't here, so we gotta switch to 24 hours. Let's just do two words, okay? COVID action. See, you remember the time? Oh, look at these names. Oh my God, all of them are registered. So you see over here, COVID action. I told you about the domain trends, right? COVID, quarantine, they were a top trending keywords back then when we were all hit by COVID. It was a very tough time, but since these types of names, keywords were being searched a lot of companies formed. So this is why these types of domain names are expiring now. This is why I always tell you, if you are a domain name investor, invest on evergreen niches. Okay, something that trends doesn't mean it's going to trend forever. Like for example, these, I don't know about right now, but there was a huge trend of the labubus, those small little dolls. I don't know, not dolls. What do you call that? But yeah, it was a thing, like a soft icon of kind of thing. So a lot of people bought it, and it was trending everywhere, whether it be your Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere these types of things were trending. But now what? There's no Labu, right? And after maybe a year, you will see those types of domain names being expired and here on this platform. So it happens. If you are a company, you must also take care of these things. And if you're a business domain investor, you obviously know about this. Oops. Cherry melon. Now, Twitter chat. See, it has been registered again. See, you should not be making such mistakes. I know Twitter chat, Twitter would get a lot of traffic, but still, don't do such mistakes. Okay, you're not going to do anything good. AI gel is taken. Also, I wanted to tell you that these couple of days, what I've seen is, from the past 4 to 5 days until today, the keyword speed is trending. Now, for the ones who don't know, I believe I've not talked about this, but there is a YouTuber Speed. He got into an accident, and this is what I think. I don't know anything else about the keyword speed. I didn't really check. Okay, to be very honest, but uh, I think that was the reason the keyword got so much trendy these days, that there are domain names being sold by the keyword speed. But you check yourself. Let's just check. Okay, if we have anything by speed, whenever I Google speed, I usually come across those types of news about the YouTuber speed so much. Latest, let's see if we have any latest news about that. But there were quite a good amount of domain names being registered and being sold, obviously. There can be other reasons too. I mean, but I just wanted to tell you that speed keyword is actually gaining a little traction. I don't know if it's gonna be a long term or a short term, but personally, what I believe is maybe short term. But if you guys have any domain name with this, you might take this benefit. Okay. Do we have today's dropped names? Let me just see the amount of domain names that we have right now. It's only 241. So maybe in just a couple of minutes you will see a lot of domain names, fresh drop domain names over here. Little mangoes. Yes, mangoes. What's the spelling of mangoes? Let me show you from where did I find that AI repellent. It was actually available here. I wanted to see its history, but I couldn't find anything. It was listed for sale, but couldn't find anything, that good. Okay, it's not here. It's AI repellent. I cannot see. AI tickle. You see, people are getting so much creative about these things, but I don't want to check. I don't want to end up, anywhere that I would not want. But you can check by yourself, okay? Since these types of domain names are being registered, and a lot more about AI. You see, AI Childs has also been taken. Underdog AI Underdog is also being taken. So what you do is you just enter them separately and see what they are doing. Couldn't find anything. Couldn't find anything with the AI, to be honest. Let's see some auctions with bids. GenerateAI.com. Generative AI is a thing, but Generate AI ain't bad either, to be honest. 29 other domain extensions being registered. Valuation, obviously not really good, but 21 bids so far. $120 is the price. Changed. End time is 4 days. So we must keep an eye on this name. Okay. For the ones who will view this live afterwards, because it's already 11:40, not much people are here to join. The ones who are there, I mean, I just messed up my mic, but if you're the one who checks this, GENERATE, if sometimes we all make mistakes. These types of spelling mistakes can happen with anyone when you're going across hundreds and thousands of domain names every day. These types of things happens, but yeah, GenerateAI.com is in the Godaddy's auction. As you can see, the price is 1490 USDs right now. It is, if you want to bid on this, $120 is the price. 21 bids on it, 4 days left. I would expect this domain name to go at least for 3,000 to $7,000, but you never know. I mean, still has potential. So this is the reason I've added to my watch list, and let this be a timer. After 4 days, we're gonna see where this ends. Generate AI. Since we have ended with AI, we're gonna start with AI too. I'll try to keep this live very short. I don't know, since we already messed up certain things, that I'll rather call it a day. Okay, it's clear now. AI me. Look at this, 193 other domain extensions have been registered. Now, this is where I would consider buying a .org. Okay, org has certain limitations to it, but when these many domain extensions are registered, I will probably go for this. Now, look at this now. Valuation is 6,178. I would say it is a little undervalued, but it still has 6 days left. Sorry. Let this also be, in our wish list, aii.com. aii.com. Now, this can do so many things. $10,000 is the valuation, and it still has 7 days. 7:30 is the bid going on. It's pretty good names coming up. Pretty creative names. AII. Not really bad. I mean, for the ones who don't know, I mean, everyone knows about this, right? That AI specs and AI classes, everything. So this can make sense. Okay, this can make sense. This should make sense. The valuation is decent. It's pretty decent, but it's at the end of the day, it all depends on the company, the startup, the business, what they have in their mind. Okay, these types of domain names can absolutely destroy the entire internet by their prices. So let's hope for the best and see. AI Eureka. This is Iran Array. Pretty good names, okay, pretty good names. I just want to see, the names that are being searched better. You see this better. It shows 45.5 million searches on this domain name. I hope you guys can see. Oops. I hope you guys can see. Yeah. You see, this name is getting so much of traffic, and yet you see there's only one bid of $1. So not always, the searches are gonna benefit you. Cryptocurrency.shop. Now, cryptocurrency is obviously a very strong keyword. You see how strong? This strong. 442 other domain extensions have been registered by this name, cryptocurrency. It is pronounced rightly. Only one bid on this, $1. The reason is simple, the .shop domain extension. There was a time when the .shop was actually pretty good, but then came the premium renewal prices, and then came a lot of better domain extensions, and then came people working virtually, people doing things online then offline. So you can obviously link the .shop to your online e-commerce and online stores too, but you know this is what I think personally. For the ones who don't know, we are on the Godaddy's, okay, Godaddy auction. Charity.me. Delight. I like this name. Delight.co. Strong, powerful name. Dictionary word. Makes you feel delighted. Sounds like a cheesecake. $1 on it. Not a bad name. Delight.co. Luxuryyacht.org. Not a bad keyword, but the domain extension here. Pandagaming.com. I believe there is a streamer by the name, I guess a Chinese streamer by the name Panda Gaming. If I'm not wrong, he has several records. But there is someone by the name Panda Gaming. I know that. I mean, I've seen that person some other place. I mean, electronicgadget.com, tradingindia.com, Trading India, holidays, Vietnam. These types of geo domain names can give you, good amount of ad revenue, can give you good amount of visits because people do search about these things. But Vietnam holidays sounds, good to my ear. But since we have this, it's only $1 bid. 2 days left for this. I mean, if you are the one, you can definitely go for the bidding and see. If you get this under, like, let's say $100, not bad. OpenShops2020.com. Bell Museum. See, this name has 2.7k backlinks. Not a bad name, but obviously you have to check whether these backlinks are not, or this website was not related to spamming and phishing purposes. So, breedingdogs.com. I mean, dog breeding is a thing, right? Education decision, Cowboy India. For the ones who see this live, you must see my video too that I've uploaded on how to protect your online business and brand. Obviously, I've talked about typo squatting and a lot of things that a lot of people do. If you are a business owner, you might want to protect your business from being taken away just because some people took singular or plural versions of your domain name and used it for their purpose, for phishing purposes, or maybe taking that little traffic out from what you're getting. So you can see that dirty wars, Tokyo Peppermint Cafe. Peppermint Cafe sounds brandable, right? Peppermint sounds really cool, luxury, cozy kind of a cafe. This is actually a decent name. You know, it is how a business is defined. I mean, you cannot just come up with any dictionary words when this is cafe. It has to be something creative. How about bougainvilleacafe.com? That sounds so good. Peppermint Cafe. How about a peppermint cafe? That's really nice. How about serving your coffee with a little touch of peppermint? For the ones who have never tried peppermint coffee, you must try it. You're gonna love it. So this sounds a very nice name, although a little complicated because a lot of people will mistype and end up somewhere else. So you gotta be protected. But this is a good name. If I would ever want to open a cafe, peppermint would sound really cool. It is cool, right? Peppermint is cool. Blue octopus. Brands. A very mind-boggling name. You brand brands. That's great. What a great slogan, right? I brand brands. I know this name, Intelligence Systems. I saw this domain name, if I'm not wrong. I saw this expired a month ago, I guess. Hmm. expensemanagement.com. Nice name. You see 20 bids. The price is obviously very subjective, but this is a nice name. Expense management. It says what it does, okay? Not trying to do anything different, just sticking to what it is. I'm still gonna see, okay? Dailybibles.com. Ignite Gym. See, if I'm not wrong, there is a chain by Ignite Gym. There is a health chain, health fitness and gym company by the name Ignite Gym. I don't know why would they even let these domain names slip out of their hands. Love Seeker. Buycakes.com. Dating with. Cafe Paprika. Innovationcafe.com. I don't know, I mean, Innovation Cafe. I mean, this is not really a cafe, okay? Innovation Cafe can be linked to certain things, but not the cafe we were talking about, okay? Platinum Doll. Unique sites bnurse.info. Nama Cafe. Love Africa. Studentguide.org. Student Guide. Students who are trying to settle abroad, or maybe an examination guide for the students. This can be a good name. This can maybe, I mean, it depends on the usage, but obviously this has potential. With the .org, these types of keywords combined with the .org domain extension gives even more authority. How about an organization that guides student? Makes a lot of sense and gives it that power. So this is where the .org will actually do better. Whoa, all right. Glow method. Rural job. Rural jobs. Okay, not much traction there. So I think this will be pretty much it, guys. I know this is very short, but today's live was a little mess, and I promise it's not going to be a mess tomorrow. So I hope you have a good one. Keep me posted and learn from this, and check these types of domain names from the auction. You can get to learn so many things, what's floating around the internet, what people are actually really much into, what people are avoiding, trends. It's the evergreen trends, the trends that fade away. A lot of things are there. So I'm going to be live tomorrow as well. I hope you have a good one. I hope you do very well in your life and your day. All right.